In today's video, we are going to solve a particular problem sometimes as researchers we face. There are instances where you want to work with SPSS data file. You have your data file in Excel. You also have a data file in Stata, SAS, or CSV, but you have to work with SPSS. So that means that you have to import it. So sometimes when you do the importing of the data file, you have to do a manual values assignment. That is about trying to change your variables from strings to also numeric. Then also you have to assign values and labels and also change your measure. So sometimes it's always difficult, it's tedious. Sometimes you are exposed to some apps, but you realize that these apps do not offer the solutions that you need. So as a result, I have decided to create an app, a Shiny application that can streamline all this process. However, you just need a few things before you'll be able to solve that. So after that, I'm going to share the video link below so that you can have access to that. So the first thing you need to do is to locate where the file is. So because it's a Shiny application, I have deployed it in the Shiny App Store. So when you click like this, you just type Shiny App Store, then you search. So when you search, what you are going to see is largest RM Python Shiny App Store. So you click on this. So when you click on this, what you see is this. So you scroll down, you are going to see newly added applications. So you see newly added Shiny applications, and they tell you that here are the newest Shiny applications. So when you check through, most of the applications are mine. This is statistical software. This is the software we are going to use. This is for pharmacology, that's calculation of dosages, and this one is about effect size and others. So you click on Data2SPSS. So when you click on this is what happens. You see an interface like this giving you a snapshot of whatever the app does. So when you scroll down, you see my name. That is when you submit an app and they accept it, they always indicate this is the ATA. So that's what you see here. So you see about the app. So it's a powerful R-Shiny application designed for researchers and analysts who need seamless data conversion. It transforms data sets from multiple formats. So if you have a data file that is CSV, Excel, Stata, SAS, and even R, and they are saved as data files, the moment you just import it, it's going to automatically detect that particular data file you have imported. Then it's going to show you an output. So when we open it, you click on. So what you need to do is just click on a view application. Then it takes you to the app. So just click on this and you wait. So you see an interface like this. Transform your research data into SPS ready format with intelligent variable detection and proper labeling. So this is how to use the app effectively. But what matters here is how the app works. So you scroll down, you see conversion steps. So they say quick conversion steps. So these are the steps we are going to employ in our procedure. So first, we are supposed to import the data. So starting by importing your data, find the data converter tab. So it supports this. So it tells you and other data, but we also have text files that it accepts. So the next thing we need to do is to click the convert to SPSS format button, and it automatically converts it to the variable types and labels we want. But you need to know that when you have variable names that are too long, they have spaces in between them, they are not going to work. So let's say if you have something like age group, how are you doing? Then you indicate responses like I'm fine, I'm not fine. So for the labels, that's fine, but with the variable names, you have to shorten them. Or better, so you just need to use some, maybe you can use Q1, Q2. You can also, let me just say, you can use underscore, like the procedure, or let me just say what you apply. You know, with the SPSS, it doesn't allow spacing, it doesn't allow dash and other symbols except underscore. So if you have age group, you just say age underscore, then we have group. So the next thing is we download the file. So you have the option to select the name you want to, let me say, use for the app. So you see when we get there, you see it. And after that, we open the SPSS file. Then we go to variable view. So when we go to the variable, the app automatically assign labels to all the variables irrespective of their measure. If it is numeric, if it is nominal, if it is ordinal, they all have values and labels. But you need to know that with the let me just say the scale. For the scale, what happens is that it's assigned values, but the values emerge from the data. So you can go ahead with any analysis you do, you are still going to get the same positive. So let's say if within your responses, some said 12, 13, 14, it's going to assign labels to them. So when you see the value, they'll say 12. If the person indicated 12 and the value, they'll say 12. So with that one, you don't need to do anything about it. You can just go ahead with the analysis and you get good results. So what we need to do is we have to locate variables in our data. We think our categorical variables, whether nominal or ordinal. Then what we do is that we just change their measure to nominal, and that's all. So then after that, we save them. We can proceed with any analysis we are doing. So what we need to do is to, when you scroll down, you see start converting your data file, or better so you just click here, data file. This is just developer information, and that's my information about the app. So if there are any issues, maybe some also, let me just say some questions, or maybe things you think you can reach out to me to offer help, you can let me know. So I'll click on the data converter here, then I click here. So irrespective of the data file I have, so you see that here it says CSV, TSV, text files, Excel, Stata, SPSS. That's SPSS statistics software, not EMOS. And you know EMOS relies with statistics. So we have SAS, then SAS, and we also have app. So when I click this, let's say I have a data file here. Let's say for instance, this is a data file I have where it's named clean data, and when you see .xlsx, it indicates Excel data. So I just click on it and I click open, irrespective. So when you click on this, you see they say finish uploading. Then it gives you an overview of your data variables. So you see what I was saying. So because we have you ever received any formal training? If we are lucky, it's going to work because there's full stop in between them. So when you come here, you see data structure. It tells you that with a variable, this is a variable name, this is a type character, missing, some are missing, unique is also there. So the unique is talking about the levels. So if you have, let's say, maybe yes, no, they are going to say 2. Here is 4 because we have, let's say, no formal education, basic, secondary, and tertiary. So easy continue. So sometimes these things are just there, so you can just glance through it, but it doesn't matter with regards to your data. So you see here, this is what they are saying. They are all nominal. So sometimes so let me just say from here, in order to see the SPSS metadata, you are just going to say conversion. Click the convert to SPSS format button. So that means that we need to go and convert. So we just scroll down here, then we can indicate the name we want. So we can delete here, and we can say example data. So then we click convert. So once we click, you see conversion success, all variable names validated for SPSS. Then we click on download SPSS file. So when we click like this, we have an SPSS data file here. So we can open it by double clicking on the data file whilst we await the app to open. So you see, that makes it so easy. So the next thing we are going to do, as stated earlier in the procedure, is just to locate our variables with the categorical measure, then we just convert them. So you see here, so here there were no variables in the observation. That's the reason why we have dot. So you see here, dependent variables, no, but you see that the measure type is scale throughout. So here too is also scale. So if you have both continuous and also categorical, it's going to assign them as scale because of the values and labels it assigned to them. So all you need to do is to single pick each one of them and assign the measure, appropriate measure to them. So if it is educational level, we know that it's ordinal. So we just click here, education. You know, number of children is ordinal, 1, 2 to 3, 3 to 4, above 5. So education is also ordinal. So when we come back here, we are going to see experience. Experience is also ordinal, so we will change this one to ordinal. Then we also have the last one, which is CS, which is directly nominal. So we click nominal. So we can decide to delete this way. So we clear. So when I go back here, I do save, and you realize that. So you realize that they are all fit. So let's say, for instance, we want to do a binary logistic regression with all these variables to find out associated factors. You just click on Analyze Regression. Then we are going to see binary logistic. Then we click on it. So you see they all appear. So when I put my dependent here, I can put all these variables in there. Then click Next. Then I can go to categorical. Let's say maybe if I have covariates. So let's say, for instance, I want to tell the software that I want my last category as my reference category. I click on this. If I want the first category, I indicate this. So let's say if I have yes, no, and with the coding, yes was 1, no was 2. If I indicate first, it means that yes becomes my reference category. So if I have, let's say, maybe no, which I want to use as my reference category, which is 2, then it means that we need to use last for the reference category. So, and we can check here, maybe we want to see classification plot. Let me show goodness of it. Then maybe we want to see correlation of estimates. We have the 95% confidence interval for the odds ratio, that's exponential of the beta. Then we click here. So we can click on this. Then we are going to see the output we are looking for. So you see, but you realize that we have a problem here because the variable was an open question with the number of children, so they had to indicate what they want. So we can modify that by just going back here. So let's say we remove this, then we run that model again. So you see this what we have. So you see that you have all the estimates that you need with regards to your results. So it's the same way for if you want to, let me just say, you want to do an association chi-square. So we can click to descriptives, cross tabs, then we put our dependent variable here. Then let's say we put this and this one here. Then maybe we choose the chi-square statistics. Maybe we want to see observe and expected count, maybe with the percentages. Then we click here, then we click OK. So when we click OK, you see we are getting the same result. So the chi-square was not statistically significant for the association between dependent variable, let's say family planning use, also the educational level. So, and also with this, when you look at the Pearson chi-square is 0.535. So the two-sided asymptotic significance means the p-value is also 0.535, which is above 0.05, or which is above 5%, indicating non-significance. So basically that's how it works. So if you have any type of data file, it's the same procedure you are going to use. Just employ the same procedure throughout. Whether you are using SPSS, you can even use the same SPSS data file with the same problem, and you can get that solved. And we also have the Stata. We have the SAS file. I mean, when I say SAS itself, not JAMP. Because with JAMP, one thing about it is that it relies on, I think, there's no package in R that we are able to use for that. I've not come across any. If there's anyone could share that so that we can use that to help with the process. So basically that's just how you do it. So thank you so much.